Hey, ghosties. I'm Kandis.
And I'm Harley.
And this is Haunted Through the Ages.
And we're in.
And we're in.
I'm so happy to be recording because it's been a day.
I'm adjusting. We hear loud noises. It has been, well, yeah, it's been a freaking month. Are you kidding? A day? My gosh. Literally one thing after another.
Yeah.
It's been a July. I tell you that. Between the weather and my RIPs, and the list is just getting longer and longer.
Oh my God. This is rough. I saw this funny thing on Instagram that was like, listen, there's been a lot going on. I'm going to need somebody to go check on Dolly Parton, okay?
For real.
Because I can't do this if they take another one out. Like, I can't do this.
Literally, somebody that I know has shared that said, dear God, can we have a break? Because I'm still trying to process the last three that you just...
Oh my God. And huge names.
Yeah, big.
Massive. Like cultural icons being ripped away one after another is wild.
Yeah. Like we still feel like, Matt and I talk. It's like, obviously Ozzy knew something that we didn't. And you know what? And it's not our business.
1,000%.
And he went on his terms, on his way.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Hulk, I mean, I'm not super surprised at, just because of how much they put their bodies through wrestling, between, the drugs and the, the alcohol, the partying, the just battles.
He was so young though.
But Malcolm.
And he was younger.
We're involved.
Did he know?
Well, he would.
You're like, God, if he'd respond to my DMs on Instagram.
Doug and I were talking. He was like, really? Are you sure? And I'm like, listen, like, first I have to divorce Matt. And then he and we were planning our wedding. Like, I was planning our wedding for us.
Did Matt know this too?
Not yet. I mean, he does now. Well, I don't have to divorce him. So,
well,
yay.
Saved for another day, I guess.
And then some, Mangione, some blues artist.
Oh yes, I saw that.
I don't know what his. I don't know who he is. I know I've heard the name.
R.I.P. Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, just boom, 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 and then my chef. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yes.
What they determined?
Yes.
That's so sad. R.I.P. all these people.
All of them.
Fuck?
I mean, can we, Lord, can we have a break? I mean,
we're done for now. Thanks.
Remember when it was everybody had to go and check on Betty White?
Yeah. Well, she's gone.
Well, now we're at Dolly.
Oh Lord, that's gonna be the day.
Oh, it's gonna be horrible.
We might all have to call into work.
Just shut it down.
Literally, we
cannot work today.
Flags at half mast.
Stores
national
closed
holiday
due to death in the family.
Literally. Yeah, when somebody said that, like, we can't do this anymore, somebody check on Dolly. Like, seriously. I saw her video though, and I didn't know she made one, but she made a video for Ozzy for his last show that they ended up playing, and I just saw it today, and I'm like, oh, that's so sweet.
I haven't seen it. Oh, I have to look for it.
I should have sent it to you. I didn't think about it. But yeah, she's just like, Ozzy, it's Dolly Parton here. And she goes, I'm not going to say goodbye because I know we're going to see you again. This is your last show, but I have a feeling we'll see you around. So we just want to wish you luck and God bless you. I'm like, oh. What an angel.
Yeah. She really is, too.
Oh, she's the best.
She's got a heart of gold.
She really does.
Between her and Reba.
Oh, my God.
Give it.
I love Reba.
Love a Reba.
And Bubba loves Reba, too, which is even more exciting because he's watched every episode of her show.
Yeah, me too.
So he loves Reba. So in the car, even if it's a song he hasn't heard yet, is this Reba? He can tell her voice. I'm like, yeah, that's Reba.
So smart. He's so smart.
He knows her. Yeah. That's so funny. I don't think I have that much to report, though. I mean, nothing I can say on a microphone.
No. I mean, I did have a funny story. I wanted to save it and do it after hours, but I don't think we're going to get to an after hours, so I just really want to say it, but it's sort of inappropriate. But it was a joke, and it was hilariously funny.
We can always do like a little one after mine if you want.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
We're going to put it out there?
Well, I'm mentally preparing on how to word it because, you know, my kids listen, or at least one of them do. I don't know if Dreama does or not, but I know Rhiannon does, and she'll send me these. She'll send me these texts like, seriously, Mom. And then you got my sister yelling at you because toddlers listen to your show. Well, you know what? That's your fault.
You know what? Let's start there, sister. You should not be having
Sister Jenny
listening in the car or anything.
Like, you already know how I am.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And also, I don't think I'm too innocent to say the things that I say.
No. You know what? She is the pot calling the kettle black. I don't even want to hear her mouth.
I loved her so much, though.
When I was going to tell Nancy when I saw Nancy today, and I'm like, oh, Harley got to meet Jen. Because Jen needs to come with a warning label. Like,
yeah, definitely. We had a good time, though.
She's hilarious. She'll set you up with anybody. It don't matter.
Oh, my God.
She
had me on, I think, 2 blind dates by the end of it. And she's spilling all the tea. She's like telling me everything that's going on with this person. And
all of a sudden, you're Rhiannon's new stepmom. What? In-law, mom-in-law. That I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, yes. It was mother-in-law.
Stepmother-in-law.
Stepmother-in-law. Yeah. It was so funny because I don't know if you were standing there at this point, but when Rhiannon comes over and Jen tells her, and she's like, Rhiannon kind of looks at me and she's like, no offense or anything, but I really don't want you to be my mother-in-law.
Sweet.
I'm like, there's no plans to.
It's fine.
It's okay.
We're not even on date 1 yet.
We're not there yet.
What?
Your poor family. They're like, get her away from us. Jen, stop.
I told you we're a tribe.
Just trying to grow the tribe. I think
we're a tribe.
It feels like I'm going to be part of the family some way, somehow, eventually.
Between selling you off to her son, like, and I love my nephew. Like, I love my nephew, but no. He, his flags are no longer red. They're like magenta and glowing. Like, no.
That's funny.
No, I don't think I'm going to tell it. There's no way of putting it in the clean version.
We will do, even if it's a mini.
I'll forget by then. It was just something that I saw on Facebook. No, it was on X. And X is almost like Pornhub now.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've heard. I follow this one guy on Instagram just because he's hot. And he'll just like make funny jokes. But then he's like, yeah, if you want to see it, head on over to X. I'm like,
yeah, seriously.
You can just put it up there now?
Absolutely.
What?
I fell down a rabbit hole of the Twitter, and I was like, what am I looking at right now? What did I sign up for? Well, that's interesting. Speech? No, there's no speech.
Well,
there were no words.
It doesn't need to be verbal, I guess.
There's definitely no words. There wasn't able to be words.
Freedom. Even if you don't want to see it.
I mean, it's there. And,
right.
You know, and my algorithm goes from, you know, either this,
one extreme to the other.
People are just beating the shit out of each other, fighting in the street. And I'm like, what do you guys, describe me, if you could, Twitter, in one word, because this is not me.
Do you ever reach that point in your scrolling where you get to that one clip and you're like, all right,
how did you describe me?
Like, you're just done with social media for the day because you're like, I don't know how my algorithm got to this point, but I need to walk away.
And all of TikTok is like sourdough videos. Like,
you look like a nice homesteader.
And then you head over to the Twitter and it's like, whoa, this is what I'm doing while the bread is baking. In between my stretch and folds, I'm stretching and folding.
Oh, Jesus. You know what?
I'm sorry.
We're going to put this out on Patreon. I'm going to make her do it. So if you want to hear what she saw.
No, literally, it was only a 30-second thing, so it's not even enough for a whole thing. It's a toy. It's not a toy, really, it's a toy that for your mouth, typically. But it wasn't used in the mouth.
I don't even know what that could be. You know what? We'll talk about it. What do you have for us today?
You pull me back in. Look at you.
The people who are here for ghosts.
For ghosts. Well, some of them are here for our banter too, but it's fine. Unlike Doug. Unlike Doug. Trying to slow us down a little. We are going to Florida.
Yay.
To the St. Augustine Lighthouse.
Ooh. Okay.
Heard of it? You've heard of it.
I have heard of it.
You've heard of it.
Yes.
Literally heard of everything. So annoying. You come up with these. Have you heard of it? Absolutely not.
You're like, what?
Is that even a place? Wait, where did we go?
You're like, I'm just here because you made me be here. I don't know what's happening.
And I'm doing this sober today, so like literally all I have is soda right now. Soda, Doug.
You were born and raised here.
I know, so was he.
I know, which is even weirder.
But then he makes me say it now.
Because he's been around longer.
Because, you know, like I've got, you know, my people's from the South, so I hear soda more often than from just him, and it just kind of triggers my brain.
This is Michigan. It's pop.
I think we were driving to Ohio. I think we were heading to Cedar Point. Anyway, but we stopped. We were still in Michigan, and we stopped at a fast food joint. I think I needed something to drink, coffee, or something to eat. And this girl had the thickest accent I think I've ever heard. And I'm like, are we still in Michigan? like,
how far did we go?
Born in Michigan? And it was like literally just past Monroe. And like,
that's funny.
Wait, people in Ohio don't even have this thick of an accent. Like, where are you from? I'm born and raised in Michigan. I'm like, but why do you have that?
She was from Taylor, Tucky.
Stop it.
But every time there's the pop soda debate, all I can think of is Dean. When he calls it pop, he goes, "You want a free pop?" She's like, "Pop? Don't you mean soda?" He's like, "I'm from Chicago."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's how we say it in the Midwest.
I don't know how it stopped, because it used to be like soda pop, and now it's just like one soda and one's pop. And then there was Coke. So when we lived in Indiana, Coke was not soda or pop. It was Coke. And it wasn't just Coke. It was Coke. Cherry Coke.
Coke.
Cherry Coke.
Well, in the South, isn't everything Coke?
I don't know.
Like, I think in general.
Okay, it's Indiana. How far south do you think I am?
I'm not talking Indiana. I'm talking the South of the United States. I think, at least they used to, everything was Coke.
In South Carolina, it was, I mean, they said soda or pop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was just
Savannah. Savannah might have been a little bit. They may have done Coke separately than everything else. So when we were in Savannah, but I don't remember. That was a while.
It was like, I'll have a Coke. What kind? A Sprite. It was just like pop or soda. It was everything was Coke.
Well, and we now, I mean, I always say whenever I order anything, I always just say diet. Like, I don't know, because
I do too, because I don't know if they have Coke or Pepsi.
Yeah, and I don't want to go down the debate of it, you know?
Right.
Like, can I have Pepsi? Is Coke okay? Is Monopoly money okay? No. So Matt went through Wendy's today, and he, you know, orders the meal and everything, and he's, you know, what do you want to drink? And he just said diet. Mm-hmm. They're like, diet what? And he's like, wait, what? There's options?
Whatever the you have.
What do you have? You know, like diet Sprite, diet Pepsi, diet Dr. Pepper or Coke, or
I don't even know.
Either way, it was whatever. It was either Coke or Pepsi, but they had three different, like, so it was the lemon lime something, and then it was either, you know, Pepsi or Coke diet, and then it was Dr. Pepper.
But I feel like, because at drive-thrus and at restaurants, I do the same thing. I was like, I'll just have a diet.
Just a diet.
And they know it's either Coke or Pepsi, whatever they have. But I mean, I feel like if you want, you know, Dr. Pepper, you're going to specify diet Dr. Pepper.
Right. And I didn't even know that they offered that. So that was the thing. Yeah. Like, Matt was like, well, hell yeah, we'll take diet Dr. Pepper. Okay.
All right. Weirdos.
Right. So the girl was just lost anyway, but
she was confused.
Very confused. Anyway,
back to
put on my old lady readers here.
Matt yelled down here before we started recording.
So funny.
Do you want your glasses? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe. Yes.
Maybe.
She's gonna need a reader screen.
So I told Harley I'm cheating this time because this was such a good story that I didn't want to change any of it. So I'm just going to read the story that I pulled up off of the internet. Oh, something bit me. Sorry. And I'm going to go with that. And then after this, there's another little piece of a story that intertwines with this. So if it's an overlay of a story, I apologize in advance because they might cover a couple different things collectively.
Got it.
So let me get into it here.
We're here for it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if I'm at the start or the end. So everybody knows Florida for its inviting beaches and theme park entertainment. But tucked beneath the joy and wonder of its star attractions are historical locations populated with ethereal relics of yesteryear. I thought that was really fun.
Yesteryear.
That's why I was like, I don't want to change this. This is too fun. The St. Augustine Lighthouse oversees the state's eastern shores. It sits about an hour south of Jacksonville on Anastasia Island, just across from downtown St. Augustine. Built at the tail end of the 19th century, the structure gazes out over the Atlantic horizon and warns maritime travelers. But it isn't just the keeper of the seas. It's a graveyard of memories, a conduit that connects what is with what used to be. As the striped structure watches silently over the shoreline, its light glimmering against the blackness of the night, something scurries amidst the shadows. Haunted footsteps in the eerie chill of an unseen presence from beyond serve as reminders of the lighthouse's long and storied past. The shadowy figures and ethereal curiosities of St. Augustine Lighthouse blend well with its century-long history, making it a phenomenal specimen. So the story behind the lighthouse. The foundation of St. Augustine Lighthouse has been a part of the United States East Coast history since before the arrival of the first European settlers in the Northeast. The historical moments it has witnessed, the people who have graced its grounds have all contributed to the energy that has built up within the towering structure. From a former lighthouse keeper to the tragic presence of the young St. Augustine local, the lighthouse tells many stories through the eyes of spectators that remain a piece of the structure's past, present, and future. Long before the current lighthouse was even conceived, Spanish Admiral Pedro Menendez de Alves traversed the Atlantic on an expedition to stop the spread of French influence before eventually landing in northeastern Florida. Upon his arrival in 1565, predating the English settlers, the admiral prepared to push back against the French outpost that had been established at Fort Caroline near modern-day Jacksonville and reclaim northeastern Florida for the Spanish. The Spanish victory over the French was narrow. The devastation of the large maritime storm significantly weakened the French fleet. With the French defeated, the Spanish remained in St. Augustine, or St. Augustine, seeing their presence as a deterrent for the European rivals. It was likely around this time that the first watchtower was built in Florida's shorelines. According to the archival records, Baptista Boisseau scribed a map of the St. Augustine area, specifically the assault of Sir Francis Drake in 1586.
Oh my gosh.
That map shows the first reference to the old wood watchtower. Described as the beacon in the attack records, the tower likely served a similar purpose as a modern lighthouse, especially considering the trade that followed into the region. The Spanish later replaced this wooden tower in 1737 with a new structure built from coquina, though it had yet to be bestowed with the appropriate lighting. Despite the destruction, Sir Francis Drake wrought, nearly burning the entirety of the St. Augustine to the ground. The Spanish returned. By the turn of the 18th century, so too would the English. Governor James Moore and James Oglethorpe both fled sieges on St. Augustine nearly 40 years apart. Though the attempts to take northeastern Florida failed, the British saw an opportunity to secure the territory without bloodshed during the 7 Years' War.
The British and the French were like everywhere. It is wild. I'm
Just
doing
absorbing
research. The entire planet.
Yeah.
I'm doing research in a completely different part of the world than that. And I'll talk, if this is what I end up doing next week, talk about the history of it.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it is like British invasion
Isn't
as well.
Crazy?
I'm like, my God, you guys just couldn't stay home, could you? It's crazy.
I mean, still, you didn't get much. I mean,
yeah. Like between the two of them, I'm like, you guys were everywhere. Good Lord.
Yeah, insane. I mean, because, yeah, they wanted us to have royalty and stuff. And America's like, absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. With just one structure, the British flag was flying high over St. Augustine. Having captured Cuba and the Philippines, the British leveraged Spain's desire to reclaim its land and, in exchange, forced the Spanish from Florida. With the First Treaty of Paris in 1763, Britain was bestowed all of Florida, particularly St. Augustine, where it erected a small wood lantern atop the Coquina Watchtower. Florida changed hands again with the end of the American Revolution and the Second Treaty of Paris, 1783, which allowed the Spanish to reclaim what was theirs. Though so close to being built under Britain, the future of what would be St. Augustine Lighthouse came into question when the Spanish removed the British addition to the tower. It was only after the United States peaceably secured Florida from Spain, which had its attention drawn to colonies across the globe by Napoleon, the St. Augustine would get its first official lighthouse. Signed in 1819, the Adams-Onis Treaty transferred ownership of Florida to the United States, knocking all other parties out of St. Augustine's progression and development. Before U.S. control of the vital Florida coastal town, the shores of St. Augustine were no stranger to shipwrecks. As a growing nation added more coastline to its map, it sought to provide the safety measures needed to ensure clear passage for trade. Efforts made by the U.S. government included a $5,000 grant to improve the Spanish Tower, led to the conversion of the lighthouse of St. Augustine. That doesn't seem like a lot, though. But I guess back then it was a ton.
Yeah, that was still the 1800s.
We're still
correct?
in the 1800s,
okay.
yeah.
5,000. Yeah, that was a lot.
So March 25th, 1824, marked the first operational day for St. Augustine's new beacon, outfitted with 10 lamps and 10 14-inch reflectors, composition of the Fresnel lens. The lighthouse welcomed its first keeper, Juan Andreu, the son of former Menorcan servants of the New Samaria plantation. He became the first Hispanic American to oversee any federal installation. He was later retroactively dubbed a member of the United States Coast Guard. Like, he didn't even have to
cool.
go through it. Like, they were just like, you're in.
That's pretty cool, though. Like, I just get to live at the
just
lighthouse
dubbed.
and
like,
do the lighthouse
boom,
things.
You're in. Juan remained lighthouse keeper until 1845, at which point an unknown keeper took over 4 years. Though the Menorcan legacy continued in 1845 when Juan Hera stepped into the position. Juan is the first to pass away while in service of the original St. Augustine Lighthouse, marking the first documented death directly tied to the structure's history. The second was Joseph Andreu, another Menorcan and cousin to the inaugural keeper Juan. Joseph was the fourth lighthouse keeper, and his short 4-year rule lasted only from 1854 to his untimely demise in 1859. According to historical records, Joseph was refreshing the tower's paint job when the scaffolding failed, sending him falling 60 feet into his grisly death.
Oh my God. And it makes me wonder, too, with everything going on, with everyone trying to get that land at the time, what was happening on that land before that even became a thing.
Oh, for sure.
Who knows how much death there really was
for sure.
Before. Oh, yikes.
This is only documented stuff.
Exactly. Do you ever wonder, like, whether it's like here at your house or at work or somewhere random where you're like, what was this land 500 years ago or something? Like, who was here? Did somebody die here? Did somebody live on this? Like,
well, it's funny because when my sister bought her house, my sister's on 10 acres up north. And when she bought her house, it came with the black and white photo, the aerial photo of what the house used to be. And there was actually 2 homes on that property.
Oh.
My sister's house, she had a fire years ago and it burnt down, so they've rebuilt since then. But the old abandoned house that was literally right across her yard into the other one, and my brother-in-law, they finally just ripped it down themselves.
Yeah.
But I mean, and just looking at the pictures with, like, she's got this big like man-made pond in her backyard and all of the woods and everything, and I mean, it's just like it's almost unrecognizable now, just because I'm so used to seeing her house there now that looking at this old photograph, it was like, wow, it's just crazy.
Like, have you seen those old photos of like what New York City was before the city was there?
Yeah.
Like,
no buildings. What? Yeah.
But there's just like a random, it looks like the middle of like Kansas or something.
It's
crazy.
Insane. I love looking at all of the old aerial shots, especially Detroit. Detroit's a huge one.
It's another one. Yep.
Because I mean,
I love those.
They've built up so much that to see it built down, it's like,
so
holy
weird.
cow.
I love that.
So, with the tragedy of Joseph's death lingering like a dark cloud over the lighthouse, St. Augustine was about to enter into another dark period. On February 8th, 1861, the Confederate States of America was formed, and Florida joined them in the fight for control of the United States. At the start of the Civil War, St. Augustine belonged to the Confederates. The lighthouse posed a threat, signaling to Union ships the bearings needed to launch an aquatic attack on the Confederates. To darken the waters, Confederates concealed the lens and removed inner mechanics, hoping to distort enemy vessels. Exactly 1 year and 20 days from when the Confederate States came to be, the Union landed in a near-empty St. Augustine. The Union arrival was expected, and rather than fight for the coast, the Confederates relinquished their control.
Wow.
I know, right?
Sounds too easy.
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
2 years after the end of the Civil War in 1865, the lighthouse was relit and once again in service. Unfortunately, there proved to be an issue that brought into question the lighthouse's future. In 1871, the U.S. government shared concerns that coastline erosion would eventually end with the lighthouse lost. So I'm thinking, instead of it being that easily stopped,
okay,
they were just like, okay, clearly we're fucked, so we're gonna be done.
No one.
Everybody else is quitting. Yeah. We might as well too. The oil-fueled lamp inside a new St. Augustine Lighthouse was lit for the first time on October 15th, 1874. It rose 165 feet above the Floridian coastline. For many, this marked an important moment for St. Augustine. Little did they know, just a year prior, 3 young lives were lost, an unspoken tragedy with eternal ramifications. What was left of the original Spanish design of the tower would later vanish and be replaced by the current structure. However, as lighthouses are a sort of stationary maritime GPS, the new tower needed to stand out from others built across the U.S. coastline. When the sailors approached St. Augustine Lighthouse, they'd know at first sight where they were. That's due to the painted striped pattern, or daymark, which is unique to the northeastern Florida lighthouse. The barbershop striping isn't only the unique feature of the St. Augustine Lighthouse, as when night falls, captains still need an identifier to know where they are.
That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. That makes sense.
Atop the tower sits a red lantern, which completes one full rotation every 30 seconds. Like the striped paint job, the increment and light pattern is specific only to St. Augustine Lighthouse. The beam, which extends 20 miles offshore, was last fully upgraded in 1991 when the Coast Guard removed the original lens, which had been shot and damaged, and replaced it with a modernized airport lantern. So this is when, of course, World War II comes to the American shores. The remainder of the 19th century and much of the 20th century proved fairly quiet for St. Augustine Lighthouse. By the 1880s, the low tide proved an eventful time for a day near the base of the lighthouse, as travelers stayed in hotels owned by Henry Flagler. Sorry. It's kind of fun to say.
Sorry, Henry.
I like to think it's flatulence. Because I'm 5.
That word reminds me of flaccid. Which is even worse.
It's way worse. At least I was keeping it clean.
I'm not.
It's fine. Your turn. Wait, I've lost Henry. Oh, wait, here we go.
Henry left. So, I was like, fuck you guys.
To make fun of my name, bitches. Henry sat upon the rubble and enjoyed their seaside escape from reality. They sipped tea and enjoyed oysters. Who enjoys those? They sipped tea and enjoyed oysters cooked by the local, recently freed African Americans. Okay. I mean, they got to work still, I guess.
Yeah.
People got to work in general. Not they. People. The period of peace at St. Augustine ended after the Japanese Imperial Navy assaulted Pearl Harbor in 1941. While the East Coast remained quiet, isolated from conflict, tensions rose in 1942 after the sinking of the SS Gulf America off Jacksonville's coast. On the other side of the country, businesses practiced lights out come dark since 1941 bombing, hoping to hide densely populated cities from potential Japanese attackers. Since Germany hadn't made a physical threat against the East Coast, there was more leniency. Gulf America changed that. As the threat of Nazi Germany coming to the United States lingered over St. Augustine, the air grew heavy and the lighthouse was dimmed. The United States Navy and Coast Guard sent troops to St. Augustine, and the lighthouse became a guard post. Nearby Flagler College and St. Johns County were converted into training centers for men.
It's a whole college? I'm sorry. I could see you start to break. I had to say it.
I was holding it.
I wasn't going to let you hold that in. Like, oh, it's a whole damn
I'm being grown up now. You know what? I could possibly be even saying this wrong. It's just Flagler. Either way. Still.
That's funny.
Yes, the whole college and St. Johns County were converted into training centers for men being sent to Europe. The intensity of the aurora brought about the threat of the coastal landing seeping itself into St. Augustine's Lighthouse porous materials. Coupled with the old artifacts and now on display at the Maritime Museum, the proximity of the war magnified the ethereal energy charging the air around the coastal structure. Just as the light atop the tower serves as a beacon for passing ships, the accumulation of emotionally raw events tied to the tower's history, those specifically linked to the old Spanish structure, are now a beacon for spiritual world. They ensure those that would have otherwise crossed over remain behind as a fixture of the St. Augustine Lighthouse. So, here are some hauntings.
Okay.
Because this is what we're here for. And, you know, some of them are really, really sad. So that's like the story that I'm going to read after this is about one specific in here. The echo of footsteps fills the cylindrical tower, their bellow growing as they reverberate off the 219 steps of spiral iron staircase. In the Maritime Museum, a sudden cold spot spreads its frigid tendrils as an unseen presence watches over the centuries' worth of artifacts.
I don't like the way that was described.
That's why I couldn't change anything. Like,
that's
literally.
Disgusting. Ew.
I think I was reading this part here when Matt came home, and I literally, my heart was racing. I was sweating. I was like, who is coming to my house right now?
Like, oh, it's the other person that lives here.
I had no idea what time it was because I was just so enthralled in reading this. And then he come blazing through the door. I'm like, ah!
That's funny.
He's like, what is wrong with you? God, I thought you were trying to kill me. It's fine.
I thought you were a frigid tendril.
Frigid tendril coming for me. But wait. Let's negotiate this for one. Because your girl gets super hot right now.
I think that might not be that bad. Cold ghosts. Come on.
Come on, coldness. You're welcomed right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another story I want to remember. I wanted to tell you. I needed to talk about that too.
Okay.
Look, hold, please.
Okay.
Where's my tendrils? St. Augustine's Lighthouse is more than a guide for seafaring vessels. It's a beacon for the undead, a hot spot for unexplainable activity and eerie encounters. Though the modern structure is only 150 years old, there are more than 4 centuries of history tied to the timeline of the St. Augustine Lighthouse. Influences of the original Spanish settlers and their ongoing feud with British aggressors still linger despite the loss of the original watchtower. The Confederate and Union occupation of the coastal town left behind a tension that slowly eroded away at the fabric of reality that separates the world of the living from the spectral plane. So, Ghost Hunters was there.
Okay.
They picked up on some supernatural presence during what appeared to be a shadow figure looking out over the staircase railing.
Ew.
No crew traversing the steps above, of course. The spine-tingling imagery lends credence to one of the lighthouse's haunting tales, a keeper who continued their tenure long after their heart stopped beating. Since the TAPS team found evidence of potential entities that have crossed the veil, Amateur teams and curious travelers have set their sights on the historic Floridian Lighthouse, all hoping to verify the haunting legends tied to the 150-year-old structure. So I'm going to pause right there before I get into any more spookies and tell you about the experience that was in my house the other night.
Okay. Another one?
So Matt had, and I think I told you about this, but I wanted to talk about it to all of our listeners too.
Yes.
Matt has, since we've moved into this house, never has he had it until we moved into this house.
I don't like that.
He has sleep paralysis, which I know you are well familiar with.
Yes.
He wasn't feeling well the other night. So instead of coughing and, just keeping me awake, he came out and slept on the couch.
Okay.
And he thought that he'd had a situation, sleep paralysis, where he felt his arms lifting up and he was literally lifting out of his body. Yeah. Like he could see it. And he's telling himself and hollering at himself, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Right.
And nothing's happening. So I have my camera that is on top of my kitchen, in my kitchen, but it looks over my whole kitchen and living room. And a little bit down the hallway too, but I can't see in any of the other rooms. And I specifically have this because I've had multiple cats pass away in our house. Some, from unknown, some just because it was time.
Right.
So I go through the footage of the camera and I see him walk into the living room and I see him get in, lay on the couch. Then I see him a couple hours later get up and go use the restroom. Well, he walks down the hallway like he was going to use. I wasn't watching him use the restroom, but he was walking down the hallway towards the bathroom. And like the camera cuts out. I don't see him come back. Well, then I see the little floating thing in my camera, and I'm a hard believer that was not dust. It could be. Let me call it what you want. These cameras are motion censored.
Right.
It followed this thing, and the camera turned, and now it's looking out the window away from the couch, which is exactly when he had his sleep paralysis episode. So I couldn't see anything because the camera turned.
Fuck all of that nonsense. Why are we here? I'm in this house right now. And I don't like
Well, they're not, clearly they're not attacking. They're not here, they're protecting us. Like, he's the villain. They're coming for him.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. I can't imagine what could have caused it. I can't imagine what it would.
Because at the exact time that happened, for something to float in front of the camera to turn it away from him.
And now I'm looking out the window or, like at the front door, not at the couch.
Right. No. No. When you told me that the first time, the goosebumps I had over my entire body, I wanted to cry. Absolutely.
Who are you? I'm looking for it. I was like, I need to see this mummy man lifting his arms in the air like a child. Like, I wanted to see it. I got nothing. I was so mad. I'm like, damn it, you stupid orb. I'm trying to watch something.
Well, and you told me the story before you checked the camera footage. So I'm like, oh God, what is she going to find? And then when you came back with, the camera turned.
Here's the thing. And now, if you walk out into my kitchen right now, you're going to look at my camera and it's literally pointed in the opposite direction, diverted over the top of the refrigerator. What's making it turn that way? What's making it turn that way? I looked at it when after Matt got home from work, and I looked at the camera on the countertop, and it's turned completely to.
It's still over your cabinet up there.
Yeah. Now I'm manually going to have to come through and readjust it and bring it back.
Can you ask them nicely to move it?
I would ask them to not move it at all because I need to watch my cats. Right. Because they battle. Like, we came home that one time and I think we went to my sister's for the weekend. And, I have cats, so I don't need, 24-hour surveillance and monitoring, which I didn't think I did. We came home to a fucking crime scene. There was literal blood everywhere. From the front door, through the kitchen, into the bedroom, into the bathroom. Just drip, 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 and little paw prints of blood. I'm like, who died? Like, what is happening right now? Not a single bite on any one of my cats. Not an injury, not a wound, nothing. Nothing.
They were all totally normal.
Absolutely fine.
I don't like it.
The only thing, and I told Matt, the only thing that I can, so Autumn had a condition where basically her gums became allergic to her teeth. So she had to have all of her teeth removed. Yeah. And I guess it's very common in calico cats.
Okay.
So she's had all of her teeth removed except for the two at the bottom because she didn't want to mess with the her jawline. She didn't want her jaw to be like all messed up.
Okay.
So she kept her two little things at the bottom. She lost one. I don't know if she ate it. I don't know if it's somewhere stuck in Bob's fur. I don't know where it's at. One's gone. It's been gone. Yeah. So I think it was either that night or the next day after we finally cleaned, we had to clean the carpet and get everything, put back together, blood all picked up. Like, her other tooth was gone. So somebody they were battling and she's got a lot of white in her fur and not a speck of blood was on her. So
that is crazy.
Yeah. And everybody seemed to be just fine. Like, okay. I mean, but it was after that I'm like, all right, we're putting the camera up. At least I can see something of what's going on.
Right. If somebody's hurt, who
if anybody's come in my house to do it first, first and foremost, like, was somebody in here that I don't know?
Right.
So, yeah, that was scary to see that much. I mean, it was blood.
What the fuck?
Right. And now,
now they're just screwing with you.
Now it's games to them. Like, if this is my aunt, okay, we've had enough. Go visit your other niece. I will literally take you there and leave you to visit Jenny for a while.
I don't know. Sounds like Jenny has enough going on in her house.
Seriously.
She's telling me all of this, and I had goosebumps over my
I never even heard it. Like, she may have told me years ago. I don't know, but it doesn't refresh in my memory. So. And I, choose to go up and stay. And I've been in all of the bedrooms.
I'd stay out of that one.
I figure somebody's connected to her son because it's only his experiences, really.
Oh. Yeah, she told me who she thought it was.
And the dog was his.
Sense.
And
okay. Yeah.
So
I'm like, oh, so scary.
As we're out here investigating this shit, and she's terrified of ghosts. Like, why are we here? Because this was your choice.
We've called
you brought me down this rabbit hole.
I did. You said something. I think it was in last week's episode, and I'm like, but you co-host a paranormal podcast. And now here I am, like, no.
Why are we here? No, this is terrible. We should be recording in my house, clearly, since it's a paranormal podcast.
That's where the scary things happen. As long as it stays here.
Okay, so that was a story to grasp onto. So that's my loophole of my little topic. But I really just wanted to get that out because I've been holding on to that one. And I was like, because I remember you saying, oh, we need to talk about this. And I completely forgot before I started my story. I wanted to do it in the beginning, but I completely forgot.
We're back.
So we're back. Back to St. Augustine. So over its years in operation, many keepers have tended to the St. Augustine Lighthouse. It's an often grueling job, demanding one to climb over 200 steps to maintain the lantern that shines over the Atlantic. Many moons ago, I haven't heard that in forever. The lantern was many moons ago. The lantern was fueled by oil, requiring keepers to carry enough to keep the light burning up the spiral staircase. In the history of any lighthouse, death is not uncommon. Be it the gradual aging of its keepers, or an unexpected tragedy. St. Augustine is no exception, as indicated by the recorded history and, more recently, suspected presence of at least one spectral keeper who refuses to quit. Though the ghostly worker could be of any of the keepers who kept the light burning, it's believed that one Pierre Rasmussen has decided to stay, though not entirely for the reasons you may expect. Pierre lived at the lighthouse with his wife, whom he adored. Aww. But before his time as keeper came to an end, she passed away. The circumstances of her demise are unknown. He stayed at the lighthouse for a spell after her death, but eventually left and, years later, died far from where he lost his wife. Oh, God, I got chills. Lighthouse workers today suspect that one ghastly apparition is Pierre forever looking for his love.
Oh.
That's so sad. Like, literally. If the fan wasn't blowing directly on my eyeballs, I would probably have teared up. Just keeping me dry over here. It's likely that Pierre is not the only one attached to the lighthouse. The range of noises heard throughout the museum and towers suggest more lowly apparitions stuck in a loop of their former routine. Ugh. There's no maliciousness in any of the keepers' presence. That's good. As these residual haunts replay history time and time again. Their shadowy figures have been spotted near the lighthouse lantern as if still servicing the structure's most crucial element. I really hope that I don't get stuck in a residual. I just want to, I don't want to, and I don't even know if I would know. Like, do they even know that, no. Is there some type of...
From the way that I see it, when it's residual, I don't even feel like it's still the person or their soul there. It's just leftover energy.
Well,
I don't feel like they're there.
I think because we watched Ghost Hunters religiously every Wednesday night, religiously when we lived in the apartment.
I did the same thing with Ghost Adventures.
Yeah. So the way that they described it was it's basically just replaying your TV screen over and over and over again. It's like rewind, play. Rewind, play. Like everything just kind of resets and it starts back over that same day. So they tend to not even, they don't even know that you are in existence. Like you're not even there to them. They only see the past and what their situation was.
And I feel like this goes into the whole, this is a whole nother thing we won't get into, but just a brief. When they talk about time is just a concept we created and that all timelines are happening simultaneously, they could just be going on about their day and that replaying, well, in this timeline, well, we're moving on in time in this timeline. And when they talk about people, we're all just made up of energy anyway. So even after we move on, energy, obviously we learned, cannot be created nor destroyed.
Right.
So it's like that leftover is just
there.
It's just there and going.
A flickering light.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I really think those residuals, because you really can't interact with them either.
No, they're
just
they're in their own, they're replaying their last events. However it may be. If she's going to her sock drawer and there's not even a dresser there anymore, but she's pulling open a sock drawer. Yeah. Yep. So,
and like we had mentioned briefly, and I don't remember what episode it was that I brought it up, but I know we got on this topic. And I had mentioned, I thought it was in the Lizzie Borden house where somebody felt like they crossed through a timeline and they looked in the dining room and there's a family having dinner and they stopped and they looked at this person like, why is this person in our dining room? And then they flipped back to present day and they're like, what the fuck did I just see?
Well, didn't they see each other? Like
they saw each other.
The family saw this person and that person saw the family.
I have chills all down my body, but it was like a timeline, just the veil dropped for a second and they could see each other and then they went back to their own timelines.
Wow. I vaguely remember discussing that. Yeah. That was a while ago.
Crazy.
Okay. No.
Now that we're all chilled.
It's going to get worse because this is the sad part.
Oh. Okay. I'm ready.
So, As time wore on, the old Spanish watchtower, concerns grew over when it would eventually be lost to the sea. With land eroding it, Congress allocated funds to develop a new lighthouse before the original could be swept away. With money in place, Congress tapped the superintendent of the lighthouse construction to oversee the development of the new tower. The superintendent at the time is Hezekiah Pittee. Moved from Maine to Florida, bringing his wife and 4 children, Eliza, Edward, Mary, Adeline, and Carrie, along for the duration of the project. The Pittee children became known around the construction site, as they often frequented to play and pass the time.
That's not a good idea.
It really isn't, but I mean, there really isn't much to do. So, they felt it was okay. And everybody knew them.
Very different time.
Very different.
Yeah.
Among their favorite activities was riding a supply cart down to the water as if cruising down a speedy roller coaster. Typically, the ride ended with a wooden board that kept the cart from going over the edge. This sounds safe. This sounds absolutely safe, right?
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. On one ill-fated day in July 1873, something went horribly wrong, and the wooden board was missing.
Oh, no.
Now, everybody on the site knew that these girls played. Nobody's going to move this board. The Pittee girls made friends with the daughter of an African-American worker who enjoyed riding the cart as much as they did.
Oh.
Sadly, on their last ride down, the cart continued into the water, trapping all 4 girls underneath. Nearby, a young worker, Dan Sessions, watched the cart tip over the edge of the ridge and immediately ran to help. Despite his efforts, only the youngest Pittee girl, Carrie, survived that day. Construction on the lighthouse shut down, allowing the Pittee's family to return the girls to their hometown for a proper burial. Whatever happened to the African-American girl who died with them is still a mystery, though the pitter-patter of children's feet running along the lighthouse catwalk may hold the key to an answer. Have the Pittee girls returned to the site of their tragic death, their residual energy embedded in the composition of the historic tower, or are the remains of the unidentified African-American buried in St. Augustine? Whoever is still trapped within the walls of the lighthouse is no quiet specter. Their childlike laughter known to take visitors by surprise. There's no maliciousness to their energy as they merely tinker with the tower as they did more than 150 years ago.
I love that for them, but not near me, please. You know how I feel about the kids.
Well, yeah. Should you feel a swift breeze rush by you, a light touch of comforting presence, then you may have just met one of the Pittee girls.
Oh, God bless
Or one of the girls.
Yeah. God bless them. Oh. I'm sorry. Did you say when the cart rolled, it was over a cliff?
Uh-huh.
Do you know how high that was?
Uh-uh.
Oh
no,
gosh. I have no idea what the area looks like. I was just wondering.
I want to say it was at least 60 feet in the air or so.
Oh my god.
Because it was up on a ridge.
Okay.
Well, no, it couldn't have been because the water is what's damaging the lighthouse. So it couldn't have been too far up, but just enough to where they couldn't come back in. And they were trapped underneath the cart. So
okay.
That's what ultimately got them, was being trapped under the cart.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
So more than just a beacon of light to guide sailors on their unending journeys across the vast, deep blue, the St. Augustine Lighthouse is a symbol of hope and resilience. Its legacy spans centuries of conflict and uncertain futures, including the Spanish and British back and forth control over the original watchtower, and has been marked by powerful events. Visitors of the St. Augustine Lighthouse can experience the intersection of past and present as keepers of yesteryear are spotted trying to keep the current lantern maintained and lit. Their lingering forms may give a fright, but their benevolence has no ill will against those fascinated by the lighthouse and its history. The giggling of the Pittee girls' spirits or the young African-American girl is not to fear. Even if a sudden manifestation of a running spectator takes your breath away, the St. Augustine Lighthouse sits on the rim of two plains, allowing the spirits of yesteryear to flow through its porous material and absorb centuries worth of generated energy. This also was on Ghost Adventures. They did do an episode. Just as, like I've said, turned the construction site into a playground, inviting children of the workers into their fun. By 1873, only the foundation and a 42 feet of the 165-foot tower were completed. A railway cart moved the supplies from supply ships docked at the salt run to the building site. Riding the cart down the water was a favorite pastime of the Pity children. They used the cart as a Victorian-era roller coaster, riding the cart to the water and bringing it back up the site to ride again. Only a wooden board at the end of the rail stopped the cart from tipping over into the water. On July 10th, 1873, the three sisters, Mary, 15, Eliza, 13, and Carrie, 4. So the girls were older. Like, a couple of them are older.
Yeah.
And an unknown African-American girl who was 10, whose father may have worked on the site, were riding the cart as normal. The wooden board that stopped the cart from going into the water was not in place. The cart carrying the girls flipped into the water, trapping the girls underneath. Mr. Dan Sessions, a young African-American worker, witnessed the tragic event and raced to the water. When he reached the cart, using all of his strength, he lifted it from atop the girls. By this time, 3 of the 4 girls had drowned. The only survivor was the youngest, Carrie. In the days after the accident, the construction site, as well as the town, shut down for the funeral of the girls. Following the funeral, the Pity family returned to Maine to lay their daughters to rest in their hometown. Staff researchers have not yet been able to find the final resting place of the young African-American girl. In the 145 years since the accident, strange occurrences have been repeatedly attributed to the spirits of the girls. The grown children of the lighthouse keepers have told us that the home was a terrific place for Halloween parties and for telling ghost stories. One story involves a relief lighthouse keeper living in the home in the 1950s who reported hearing footsteps upstairs. He went to investigate, but no one was up there. The head keeper at the time was James Pippin. He served from 1953 to 1955 and was the last keeper to live at Light Station. Pippin initially lived in the keeper's house, as all the previous keepers had done, but he moved to the much smaller 1941 Coastal Lookout building, swearing that the big house was haunted and he would not stay another night in it.
He did not like the paranormal.
Absolutely not. In 1955, the lighthouse lamp was fully automated, and the United States Coast Guard replaced lighthouse keepers with a position called lamplighter. The local lamplighter had all the duties of a light keeper, but did not live on site. As a result, the keeper's house was rented for a time. A local man who crafted leather goods rented the property during the 1960s. He tells the story of waking up one night with a small girl standing by his bed.
No. No. Absolutely not.
As he blinked his eyes to look at her, she disappeared. Shocker. In 1970, after standing empty for many years, the keeper's house burned under mysterious circumstances, gutting the home, leaving only the coquina basement and a few charred timbers. St. Johns County purchased the shell of the building with the intention of demolishing it for safety reasons. However, 16 women and all volunteer Junior Service League of St. Augustine stepped in, raising $1.2 million over the next 15 years to restore and renovate the keeper's house, lighthouse tower, and the original Fresnel lens.
Wow.
A feat never before accomplished. The group added the building to the National Register of Historic Places with the help of Karen Harvey, a local historian, writer, and longtime lighthouse advocate. During the renovation, both construction workers and the JSL volunteer reported numerous unexplained incidents in the home. The basement was a particularly active area for ghostly encounters, being the only part of the home that had not completely burned. Perhaps the children liked to play here. Today you can still feel a spooky presence. While the children are by no means the only tragedy that occurred in the home, the girls are some of the most active spirits around. Psychics contact staffers frequently, and recently one told us that the young African-American girl's name was Ellie or Eleanor.
Oh.
We continue our archival research and hope to find historical evidence one day to confirm this information.
Could you imagine if it turned out to be true?
That would be
and she was right?
Insane. Yeah.
That'd be wild.
As playful spirits, the girls enjoy playing hide and seek, sometimes including unsuspecting people.
Tag, you're it! What? That is a game of hide and seek you never thought you'd be
never
in.
going to win.
And you would want out of so bad.
So fast, please. I quit.
So funny.
You didn't know you were playing, but you are. Come find me. Who?
My biggest thing is that they were looking to find you and they just pop up. Oh, God.
One night in the dark lighthouse tower, a lone staff member was closing up for the night. He heard giggling at the top of the tower.
No.
Guess what you're playing?
It's like a horror movie.
Thinking that he had left someone on top of the tower, he returned to top only to find it empty. As he began to head back down the tower, he heard the same giggles below him. This little bitch is just, she's like, I'm down here now.
She's teleporting. Oh my God.
As he began to head back down the tower, he heard the same giggles below him. Descending the stairs, he once again found no one there. Was it just the wind, or was it in the midst of the game of hide and seek?
I think he lost.
You were not winning this game, sir. Another evening, a female guest on a Dark of the Moon tour. So they do these tours called Dark of the Moon. Yeah.
That sounds cool.
It was a Dark of the Moon tour, was standing on the first step of the metal lighthouse staircase. When she took her first step to climb the tower,
I feel like she shouldn't be there.
Reading it was just as hard as typing it. Just going to say. When she took her first step to climb the tower, she found her shoelace tied to the staircase.
What an asshole. Oh my gosh.
Little brats.
Oh no. Honestly, it sounds like they're having a great time.
They're just having fun. They're kids.
They're having a good time in the afterlife, and good for them.
Whether it was the ghost or her companion playing a trick, we cannot say. Another tour, a guide found a group of young women in the basement of the keeper's home. One of the young women rented an EMF meter to measure the electrical activity caused by the spirits. The young woman holding the meter asked the girls if they wanted to play hide and seek.
They're like, but you didn't know you're already
You
playing.
already are. The meter spiked.
Oh.
The women wandered the basement searching for the hiding girls. Are you over here? Where are you? Finally finding meter activity under the spiral staircase leading to the main floor. Excitedly, she said she found them and asked if they wanted to play again. Like before, the meter spiked. Once again, the young woman searched the basement for the girls and after several minutes found electrical energy near the child's play table. About that time, another set of guests came into the basement and reportedly the energy dissipated.
Oh, they were having so much fun.
So much fun.
Honestly, that's so cute.
The girls sometimes appear. I could see you doing that. This is craziness talk, but I could really see you actually getting into it.
I would too. Like, I'm gonna find you.
I'm gonna find you. Boo! Yeah, boo to you.
He sounded like the girl from Wedding Crashers. Because I'll find you.
The laugh.
I love her. Isla Fisher. She's
She's
funny.
so cute. The girls sometimes appear to people in fully formed apparitions. Several years ago, during a day, a guest was exploring the maritime hammock trails and came upon a young girl in a Victorian outfit sitting on a bench reading a book. As she began to ask the girl a question, another group came up from the opposite direction. Distracted by the group, the woman looked away for only a moment and then turned back to find a little girl on the bench gone. In a similar instance, a woman on a ghost tour approached another woman to compliment her daughter's behavior on the tour. Confused, the woman said she had no daughter. The other woman then told her that a little girl had been standing by her side most of the evening. There were no children on that tour.
You didn't think you had a kid. You do now.
So that's all I got.
That was fun. I liked it.
That was...
I mean...
It had its moments, you know. It had its moments of, you know, it spiked with greatness and then the sadness. But
I mean, it was very sad, but it sounds like they're having a great time,
you know,
and I hope that they are.
They probably would be having, you know, their best time alive, but yeah.
Well, if you think about it, they'd be gone by now anyway.
That's true. So they're still lingering. There's just At least they're not like, you know, we've talked in other stories about, you know, the hunt for the parents and the sadness that the little girls are feeling.
Even the little girl in the pool that you talked about at like the Roosevelt Hotel. It's not
there was some I didn't mark any of the talks about, but somebody had posted like when they leave their comments or whatever that somebody had been there and they actually saw the footprints in the sand appearing. Like somebody was running, you know, like they wanted to be chased. Not that, you know, they weren't like, it was almost like in like a circle, you know, like they could just see the footprints appearing and in like they were in a playful manner.
Oh my gosh.
That's sad because I mean they're little feet. But that's all I got.
I hope they're living their best afterlife. That was a very
well. They seem to be, you know, tying people's shoelaces and shit. Joke's on you. I'm wearing Velcro.
And with such a tourist destination, I mean, they have endless people to screw with, which is great for them.
Yeah, and they are constantly like they've got all kinds of ghosties coming in there looking for them. So,
oh my gosh. Well, that was fun though. That was a good story.
I liked that one.
That was a very good story.
I didn't like being scared, you know, as I was trying to finish reading it, but
right.
So I guess that's part of it.
I did get goosebumps a few times, so good job.
You're welcome.
Spooky.
That's what I do. I bring all the chills.
Oh, I love that.
So that's that. So if you liked that and any of our other stories, please like and subscribe. You can keep up with us on Instagram, Facebook, Haunted Through the Ages. You can email us any of your ghosty stories. We're trying to make some more trips into other countries that we've noticed have been listening. So we're going to start popping around.
Going to expand our horizons a bit.
We're doing, we're switching up some things on our show. So stay tuned to what's new to come.
Got some changes.
There's some changes. Yeah, some fun stuff.
Yep.
So we're on Patreon and you know, for some after hours dirty talks.
All the
not
nonsense
happened today, but I mean all of the shenanigans. We've been working with each other, so there really hasn't been much that we haven't told each other yet. So
yeah,
we don't have any pop surprise stories. So, but that's what I got. Email us, hauntedthroughtheages@gmail.com. Send us your stuff. Send us some information. Tell us how much you love us, hate us, you're indifferent, whatever you want to do. We're here for it. We're here for it.
Yeah, bring it.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.